glance, I'm going to do a brainstorm at Site Content Finder here, running Scotland, Toronto, and Muskova. So go ahead, I'm going to do brainstorm it here with those three. And what it's going to do is bring back 333 results for each one of those, and then do a quick look at each one individually just to get a feel for what the depth is, what the real supply and profitability. Just to just give you a quick rundown on how it is we use this tool to come up with the initial site concept assessment. Here are our results from all of these, and we can look at the whole thing, just an overall look at this. Scotland comes up really high, Toronto's high. Okay. We already know what the results from our other research with regard to Scotland. Let's go take a look at real supply here, and we'll invert it. Toronto, Scotland. It looks like real supply is up. Scotland is 71. Both of those are really a bit high for where it is. They say it's somewhere around 120,000. For Muskova is at the bottom range. It's not out of the question at all. There's real supply. You'd probably need to, both in Scotland and Toronto, reduce it a bit in focus, but you're going to end up doing that anyway. And so let's go ahead and go and take a look at these individually. So first of all, let's go ahead and take a look at we've done Scotland before. We'll look at it right now. So the first thing we look at is value demand, and we come down here, and we know this got lots of depth over here. Okay, so lots of words over 1,000. Let's go invert this and see, and it also has deep depth. Those are all over 100, so that means it's a real, very rich area. You probably want to take a focus though in that area. Let's take a look at Toronto next, over here, and we'll go over and start with this one over here. And we come on down here, and it has good, looks like that's good also. All right, and you have a lot of areas you could look at. Let's go ahead and turn it upside down to see what the depth is. And it's actually deeper. It's actually deeper than Scotland, Toronto is. Again, over here, let's take a look at real supply. And we'll turn it over like this. And that's a little too low. Yeah, it's 918. That's really a broad, too broad a topic for you, because it just takes too much work to be able to master that whole area. So you'd need to take a niche area in this. And these are a little too small, but you might want it. Hotels, that's even too low also. But we'd have to take a look at how it is we'd bring that down to a smaller niche area. Profitability, because you're going to have all sorts of good profitability here. There's lots of areas that you can take a look at over here to narrow that down. Let's go look at Muskoka. Okay, and we'll go to value demand. That's really too thin. It's just not enough there. It's just really not. You drop. You're right. Nothing below over 1,000 here. But real supply, as I told you before, is really at the bottom end of what it is acceptable. And it just let me just take a look at profitability here just a second here. So you just don't have any numbers over here with these profitability numbers. It's just too hard for that. So it's between Toronto and Scotland with regard to that. In both cases, you're going to have to take a focus to narrow it down a bit, because you can't. It'd be too much for you to try to handle all of Scotland and all of Toronto, and so you'll have to find a niche area focus or focuses. Maybe for tourists at Toronto or Scotland as a tourist-owned nation, or you have to come up with a theme that's going to differentiate yourselves from the others. You might want to take a look at some Toronto websites out there. You're going to find a lot of competition there. for a number of areas, but you do a little more research to get yourself to that focus. And you'll do that over the weekend when you take a look at some of those websites. I don't know if there's any Toronto websites that's in the top 200 for SBI. But you want to go out there and take a look at, just look at Toronto searches and take a look at those websites that are out there and get a feel for how to differentiate yourself there.